Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. Today we're going to be looking at a very interesting new piece of Bigfoot footage. This one, once again, is coming from the other side of the world, in Russia. And this one is extremely interesting to me, for one particular reason, but we're going to get to that in a second. Have a look at the clip first.
Где он? Вон он стоит. Сейчас тоже так отсюда. Пиздец. Он скрылся. Его не видно. Его не видно. Он стоит, он знает, что мы снимаем. Он идет туда, нет! Не подходи! Леша, едь!
Где он? Погоди, стой! Снимай!
Снимай!
У тебя зум, есть зум? Прибавь изображение побольше, можешь?
Могу.
Двумя пальцами.
Прибавила.
Я поближе пока.
Смотри.
Вчера он же, по-моему, был, да? Ага, это он. Он что-то странно бежал. По четверенькам.
Он идет! Он бежит! Он встает!
Что за хуйня?
Что, ты не можешь ехать? Лёш. Закрой его, ходи, Лёша!
Паникуйте вы сейчас. Лёш! Закрой.
Он бежит.
Лёш, закрой окно! Закрой!
Он идет.
Лёш!
Он бежит.
Аделина,
А?
открой, пожалуйста, окно и телефон снизу, чтобы четко было. Он все равно нас не догонят, он видно не будет. И снимай, да, вот так.
Все, окей, давай, снимаю. Только главное, едь. Он упал. Он упал. Ладно, все, едь, Лёш, что нам...
So what do you guys think of that? Very, very strange, kind of eerie. The people's reactions are very interesting. They do seem panicked and scared, but, you know, I can't speak Russian, and that's apparently where this clip is from. So I don't know what they're actually saying. If any of you on the channel can speak Russian or understand it, and you feel like translating, let me know what they're saying in the description, because it'd be a very useful piece of information to know. And as you can see, like, I can't really say specifically where this was shot, but all I can tell you is, you know, what you can see as well is that it is not in a forested area at all, and there's been multiple pieces of Bigfoot footage kind of like this. I mean, I made a video of that one not too long ago in Saskatchewan, and it's kind of in a field similar to this. So I don't know what's going on with that. You know, usually when we think of Bigfoot or the Yeti, we think of, you know, it existing in forested areas, but, you know, as time has gone on in recent years, there's been more and more sightings in places like this. Rural areas, not so much forested, you know, sightings on farmland, and it seems to be more common today than, you know, it has been in the past, which is very interesting, meaning maybe these things are getting more curious or more bold with where they're traveling, if, you know, this stuff is legitimate. You know, there is the possibility that this is most likely a hoax, right? The most suspicious thing about the video to me is how it ends, I guess. You know, it's a really intense part, and it just cuts out. The people are screaming, and you see the creature running at them, and it just cuts out. I mean, that's where you ended the clip? That's where the video ends? Like, I feel like you'd be recording that part specifically. And then again, it is one of the longer pieces of Bigfoot footage out there. You know, the creature, the amount of time the creature is on screen in this video is, you know, pretty significant compared to other clips. You actually see it for quite a while. And the creature itself, I mean, it's a silhouette, basically. It's really hard to make out features on it. What you can tell in the video is that it obviously has a head, and in certain frames you can see it does have like a pointed cone-shaped head, and it has pretty broad shoulders. It looks really wide, but other than that, you know, it's hard to tell, you know, the actual details of the creature. You can see it has arms, obviously, and it's waist deep in this field in the grass. It seems to move in a strange fashion. And I've actually seen other stills taken from this video. MK Davis did a really good in-depth look and breakdown of this clip, and he was able to clean up some frames from it, and it does look very strange and interesting when you see those stills. I'll see if I can get a hold of some of them, and maybe I can put them in a later video and give you guys an update. But what I really wanted to talk about from this clip is a very, very interesting similarity to, you know, that other piece of Russian Bigfoot footage that I posted not that long ago. And this happens at the very end of this clip. You can see in this frame right here. What does this remind you guys of? Yeah, it looks almost identical in movement and in the arms to this still frame here. You guys remember this clip? These kids out in the woods, you know, they are messing around. They're out there with their dog, and this creature runs along, and it's kind of leaping around in a strange fashion, almost exactly like this new piece of footage. And when we have the frames here side by side, I mean, the arms are in almost the exact same position. Obviously, the one on the left you can see in the newer footage, the creature is facing us, and in the frame on the right, it's going away from us, so we see a front and back. Now, like, if this is real, I mean, these could be the same creature, or the same type of creature, which is crazy. A crazy similarity. You know, it moves in a very similar fashion, and it looks the same. Now, in the new footage, the creature isn't strictly moving in this leaping, running way, as in the older piece of footage. There are parts where it's just standing there, and kind of walking along, and you know, throughout the clip, it's just moving in a very strange way. You can see, like, when you play it, it's not maintaining that running kind of leaping motion as the older video. But nonetheless, I mean, that would be crazy if they're the same creature. Now, obviously, you know, they could be the same people hoaxing it, if it is a hoax. But when you look at the older piece of footage in the forest, and you really look at it and you take the time to analyze it, it's difficult to say that that's a person in a suit. And that's kind of the conclusion I ended up with in the last video. So I don't know. I mean, these people in the new piece of footage could, if they're hoaxing, they could be just kind of trying to replicate that movement, which I guess is possible. But I don't know. This is, I find, one of the most interesting pieces of Bigfoot footage to come out in, you know, recent months. It's very strange. It's creepy. I wish I could, you know, determine what these people are saying. And I wish I had backstory. That's another thing. I don't have a lot of backstory on this footage. I don't know what the people were doing. Like, they're obviously driving around in this old car down a really rough looking, it doesn't look like a road. It's more like a dirt road or a dirt path or something. And this creature's following them. It's chasing after them. I was thinking, you know, if a Bigfoot creature, as we know it here in North America, if it was chasing after a car that was driving this speed, I feel like it would easily be able to, you know, catch up to it. You know, we describe the Sasquatch as a creature that you can't outrun, something that's incredibly fast and powerful, and I feel like it could catch up to a car if that's what it was. Now, we don't know what we're dealing with here. I mean, if it's not a person in a suit, it doesn't necessarily mean it's Bigfoot. It could be some other weird creature, some other weird primate, something a bit different than what we think of, when we're thinking about Sasquatch here in North America. Is it the Almasty? Is it the Yeti? I don't know. We can't compare these different creatures side by side really yet with any certainty until we have them all on video for sure. But I just think it's crazy how the arms match up like that. That was pretty much the first thing I noticed after I watched this video. I was like, wow, that looks exactly like that other clip. And I thought I should make a video about it, so here we are now. Yeah, I don't know when exactly it was taken. This video had just come out, I believe, like the beginning of this month. And I heard that the original upload is gone. On YouTube, I was able to find a copy of it. And I don't know if... I'm assuming the quality is not as good as the original. So, I don't have the original copy of video. And once again, we're dealing with that awful vertical cell phone video, but if that's all you have, that's all you have. Basically, what I can do for you guys is just, share my thoughts with you on this clip. I don't have any conclusions yet as to what it is. It really threw me off when I saw that one of those last frames where the arms are hanging out like that. Is it the same creature? The same kind of creature? There's some sort of Bigfoot creature over in Russia that, has more, I guess, ape-like characteristics in the way it moves. Or monkey-like characteristics, That is, if we're assuming this clip and the older clip from Russia are real. Whatever they are, they don't seem to line up with what we think of, like, the North American Bigfoot, unless, this is a juvenile or something, and, juveniles move like that. I don't know. It doesn't look very, very big to me. There is a point in the video you can see where it seems to get quite close to the vehicle. And it doesn't look incredibly tall. It does certainly look broad. And in one of the still frames I saw that MK Davis cleaned up, it did look like a bulky, muscular beast creature. It did look powerful. It's really hard to tell in the video, like I said, like the detail. It's hard to tell the distance. It looks like it was shot at dusk. And it's just dark and lacking detail. So it's really hard to tell, and determine the specifics of what is actually going on. But very interesting. And like I said before, the way the clip ends is kind of a red flag to me, how it just cuts out. Maybe there's more to the clip. Like I said, I don't have the original, so I don't know. This is just a copy that I found on YouTube. There could certainly be more length to the clip. And, maybe eventually that'll surface. I don't know. This is all I have to go off right now. But I just wanted to talk about, the similarities between this and that old piece of footage, because it is kind of crazy. I'm sure this one will circulate around the internet more and more as the days go on. But let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think this is the same creature? Do you think it's a hoax? I mean, this is kind of the first time we've seen a match like this. That's so specific in a piece of Bigfoot footage. Very, very cool. Anyways, that's all I have to say about the footage as of now. If you haven't checked out the Lone Crow podcast by my good friend Doug Mackay, check it out. I have a link below in the description. Listen to his podcast about the Wendigo. He's working on another episode right now. It's very good, very well done. If you want to support this channel, I think the best way to do it actually nowadays is to just go to the Spreadshirt shop and check out our merchandise there. It is expedition season now. The weather is warming up and we want to get out into the woods, doing as much field work as possible, trying to gather as much evidence as possible, so we want to make that happen. As you guys can tell, the Kickstarter page for the Quest for the Wild Man documentary was a complete disaster. But yeah, if you guys still want to donate to that project and you still want to see it happen, you can also click the PayPal link on the main Mountain Beast Mysteries channel page. That's the best way to do it if you want to make like a one-time donation. All that's going to be going into expeditions for this summer, you know, now that the snow is cleared and the future's looking bright as far as the weather goes. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you next time on Mountain Beast Mysteries.